welcome back, welcome back. We are having a conversation about all of the Social Security Board's new features on their online portal. And joining us to tell us all about it is Miss Vanessa Veyos, and she is the Manager Communications and PR Officer over at SSB. And with her, she has Miss Arlene Neal, and she is the General Manager of Service Management over at SSB. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. And so we just, before we get into the features themselves and so forth, for our viewers that have not joined the online portal.
Like yourself?
I have joined. I just saying, and I stand it. Why like sell me out so early? But how can they log in? How can they join and basically move themselves onto this platform?
Okay. Well, you're talking about those persons who have not joined,
yes,
right? And it's important for them to join. So I think they need to understand the benefits of the portal to try and encourage them to join. And so one of the points that we really want to convey this morning is that the portal transforms access, your access to the Social Security Board, right? And so it's very important for you to understand that via the portal, it reduces processing time, right? Everybody wants service and they want it as soon as it possible or now, right? And so that's one of the benefits that you get from the portal once you have a portal account. It also reduces long lines for the services that are offered on the portal. How many of you like to go and stand in a line for hours and hours? I don't know about you, but I avoid that like the plague. So the portal definitely brings convenience and value to you as an insured person, but you might not be familiar with that term. So I will say as an employee, as an employer, as a self-employed, and also as a pensioner, right? So what the portal does is it empowers you, right? You have your own account and you can track what's going on in terms of what you have applied for in terms of sickness benefit. You can make appointments for registration and also appointments for card renewal, for online submission. It eliminates manual forms. So again, there's that convenience that the portal brings, right?
Do we have data on how much of the working population have joined so far?
We have about over 66,000 persons registered in the from the employee segment, and we have over another 10,000 between doctors, our employers, and self-employed persons. We would like every single member who has a Social Security registration account to sign up for the portal. If you've ever worked 1 week in your life, that's one contribution. If you've ever worked 8 hours or more per week, that's a contribution. The portal shifts the work that Social Security does in terms of bringing that visibility to you, the member, the owner of that account, for you to be able to see your record.
Right, that was going to be my next question, because when I register to be a part of this portal, you all already have my history, my documentation.
We do. If your employer is paying.
If I am well, let's hope that your employer is paying.
And that is what it does.
Okay, ensure that your employer is paying.
It enables you to monitor your work history, and it enables you to ensure that your contribution record is correct. That for each week that you work, that your employer is paying. Not only paying, but remember that they're supposed to be paying based on the actual earnings that you make. They deduct from your salary and then they complement that with their amount. That becomes your weekly contribution rate based on our contribution schedule that is to be paid in to the Social Security Board by the 14th of every month for that previous month. So at the end of July, an employer has until the 14th of August to make that payment. They can make it from the 1st of August through to the 14th. After the 14th, it starts to gain interest. Now, when you have your portal account, you're able to see that your employer is paying, that they're paying correctly. It helps you to monitor your contribution record because you have persons who've been working for all their life. It enables you to see your benefit record. For persons who access sickness benefit right now, we have sickness benefit online since the ending of January 2025. We process between 5,000 to 7,000 sickness benefit claims a month.
Wow.
We need to be more efficient. We need to be more relevant.
Need to be more healthy.
We need to be more healthy, exactly. And so it is not about recruiting more staff. It is about making the process more efficient, making it more accessible to our membership. And so you're able to see your sickness benefit online. A cute feature that comes with that is that we've engaged our medical practitioners.
Okay.
Right? We hear about the claim takes long, it's not correct, you have to send me back, you come back again with a form. The portal eliminates most and all of those. So we've engaged our doctors that there's a healthcare feature where if the doctor has a portal account, you, the member, also have a portal account. When you go to the doctor uses the online submission of a medical certificate for your sickness benefit. What you present your social security ID because you need to be accurate with that. The doctor doesn't really need to type in that as such because the information you're giving them is on that card. And when that online medical certificate is submitted, you go on your portal account and you pick up that medical certificate, you complete the minimal fields because it would have been pre-populated from your registration account, and you submit. When you submit that in a matter of seconds, we trigger your employer. We review the record and we trigger your employer. Hey, this person has been sick. This is the period we need you to confirm. In terms of their employment, when last did they work? The employer responds, and once that employer responds and the contribution criteria is there, that the system processes that record.
I've come across several examples where the employer, like you said,
Correct.
is still requesting the paper, right? And so with all the online activity and access, I still have to go get the form, fill out the form,
don't you
go
need
to my
the
employer.
paper for the doctor to sign? Is
Yeah.
that what
No,
you're saying?
you don't need that anymore.
doctors
So the
If
doctor
the
will
doctor,
confirm it right
yes.
online.
So we encourage the doctors to get on the portal, use the healthcare feature, use the automated sickness benefit form instead of that physical manual form. We know that by labor law, you must submit to your employer the medical certificate in terms of your absence. But you on the portal, you can also screenshot that information and take it to your employer.
The
You don't
employer
necessarily need a form.
must also have an online portal as well.
Employers since July 2023
Okay.
must submit their contribution statements mandatorily online, and it allows us for you to see that same contribution record on your portal account.
So if I'm an employee and I'm just applying for this for the first time, I should be able to go in and see my employer? Like how does that work?
There are several ways you can sign up. One, you're already registered with Social Security because you want visibility of your Social Security account.
Yes.
You go online. It's a pretty straightforward process on our website. We have a dedicated set of staff that would review the application that you created. We link you. We must ensure that you are that person before we give you access to that record, and you are linked to your Social Security registration record. That record, once you open it, you will see your contribution history. You will see if you've made a sickness benefit claim, and you can also view your registration information, your account information, your biodata. Another thing is that if you're changing your address, you no longer need to go into the office to do that. You can do that via your portal. If you are updating your banking information, and we encourage persons to update their banking information via the portal, you just need to upload your proof of your banking, and we approve that update on your record. You don't wait until you get sick or you're making a claim, because that is the bank account that we use to pay you your benefit.
Let's talk a bit about how we've seen this platform transform from its initial phase to now to make it more convenient, more user-friendly, and to benefit employees and employers alike more now than it has ever before?
Well, you know, from the time that we started with the development of the portal and eventually we got to that stage where we could have added the registration module, it's a continuous process of growth that we have been on, a journey of transformation, I should say. So we started off with the registration module and then the sickness benefit claim process, and a big part of that is what Ms. Neil was talking about with the healthcare feature. I just want to quickly plug that it's very important that you as a worker, whenever you are in a situation where you get sick and you have to go to the doctor, encourage your doctor to use the portal so that they don't, you know, by habit take out the form and start to scratch and pen on it. No, to say, Doc, please, I'd like to get my sickness benefit as quickly as possible. Can you please just go on the portal and fill out that online form, if you will, there. And I also want to ask the doctors that they would get their accounts linked with their medical profiles so that they can perform that service. So there are lots of different aspects to it in that sense, but all of it works towards giving you, the insured person, that convenience that you need.
So continue on the transformation that we were talking about.
Yeah, so the sickness benefit, yes, and then now what is to come in August, at least that's when we're hoping that we can launch it, would be maternity benefit, that you would be able to go on the portal and do that process there, and then retirement pension
benefit, which is a big ticket item for us because we manage over 13,000 pensioners.
Wow.
And so there are two things. One, you'll be the new pensioner will be able to apply for their retirement benefit online. The 6 months life declaration, we're automating that process as well, which means that it will be easier for you, the pensioner, and it helps us as well to be more efficient because we have to have staff entering those information. And you know that the more human interaction you have with data, the higher your risk is. So our aim is to reduce that risk, to have more valid data, more timely data, automating our services, making it available to you wherever you are. And it means wherever you are, because if you're somewhere where you don't have internet or you don't have a device or you don't know how to, we have self-service stations at all our 9 branch offices. Come to us, ask for assistance. If you know how to, the computer is there for you to use. If you don't know how to, we give you assisted services. Right?
What's the process right now for doing that, though? Applying for your pension? It's right now it's
fully
physical,
manual.
It's
fully manual.
well.
Yes, it's fully manual. You complete your form, you complete your employment history, you send it in, we do the review, we communicate back to you, and so it takes about 30 days right now for us to go through that process because we want to make sure your contribution record is correct. So if you are on your portal and you're monitoring your contribution record, for the younger folks, for the older ones who we expect to make a retirement claim soon, we ask that you look at your contribution record, identify if there are any discrepancies, bring it to our attention before you get to that age so that we could rectify, we can make it correct, address it, you see your complete history so that at the time you turn 60, which is voluntary 60 to 64, 65 is the mandatory age, your record would be correct. It would take a few minutes for us to complete that process. Right.
Interestingly enough, that it's still something that people talk about to ensure that they receive their pension through social. But in August, we're hoping that that's no longer going to be a problem. But with that said, you need to be registered on the online portal.
Yes, that's right.
Your employer also needs to be registered on the online for this to work effectively, right? The feedback from persons that are using your portal so far, what has that been like?
It has been excellent. We had a recent feedback where this individual was hospitalized, and as soon as they were able to, while still in the hospital, they were able to go on the portal and submit their sickness benefit claim. It means that before they were discharged, they had access to the funds that they are eligible for. in their bank account again.
Wow.
Everything is updated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So people need to get online onto
Yes.
this
There's an
portal.
As
application.
soon
There's
as
an
possible.
app, like an app as well for your mobile device
We're
at this
working
point.
on it. We're
Not as
working.
yet.
Okay.
It's not
Still
there
have
yet,
to
but
use the
it's
browser.
That's the
on.
next step.
Yeah, it's a part of the big picture.
Right.
Right.
100%.
we have
So-
been going through this transformation for some years, and as we develop new features, we add them on. And so you see us pop up every so often. It's because we're working behind the scenes to improve whatever it is we deployed, listen to the feedback, and then we enhance the different features that we add on to the portal.
Well, we're looking forward to see these new features be implemented in August. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you all
So
today.
And we encourage everyone to get on the portal. You up on the portal?
I think so.
You see? You see?
I am not. I haven't registered my portal.
You
like
have
that.
to get
Soon,
on
right?
the portal.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of taking the time out and getting it done, honestly.
Doesn't take
And
long.
these conversations remind me that I need to do it, just like it's reminding our viewers that they need to get it done as well.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you too.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, it's going to be all about creating community with UWI's Alumni Network. We'll be right back.